hot this summer. Is it a lot of extra work? Taking care of the animals, you know, making frozen stuff, just when it's really hot like this?
It is a little more extra work for us. You have to check and make sure everything has got shade, got water. I mean, we had a lot of these animals were fed through streams, and with some of them drying up or getting very low, we actually augment. We put some more water sources in for them to drink, so we don't have to worry about them going dry. And as far as these smaller exhibits, we do freeze up. With the primates, it's mostly all fruits and vegetables that we put in frozen buckets, buckets of water to freeze up for them, so they can pick through it when it's hot like this. Helps to cool them off. And with any of the meat eaters, the bigger cats and small cats, we do the same thing with meat that we get in that we use for their diet. Whatever we use up, we usually prepare them the day before. It just so happens that we didn't get any made yesterday because we were working on other projects and they didn't get them made up. On the cats, we had extras made up for the baboons like we just did. So typically we have some every day. And then we'd also, like, if you do want to do the cats, we actually have chunks of frozen meat that we do just put meat into them too. Rather than in a block of ice, you just throw the frozen meat in, they'll chew on it. Right. Normally you throw in fully thawed meat for them, but when you have a hot spell like this, you can throw in the frozen chunk so that when they're chewing on that, they're also cooling themselves off. So we don't need to have a block of ice with the meat frozen. We can do it just with the chunks of meat themselves. So.
You said some of them are fed through streams? I mean, just like through natural
water? Yeah.
Water? Okay.
Yeah, some of the hoof stock. None of these exhibits that you're looking at here now, the primates or the cats, they all have their own water source. They're always got water in there because we're filling them up. But the hoof stock, some of those in the larger pastures do have streams going down through them. And when you have a dry spell like this, the water is getting pretty low and those streams are almost non-existent. So we do put pans in which we keep filling up for them. Or you have to take the backhoe, and we've done that already, and dig actually holes in the stream so it actually puddles up what is coming down through. It makes a larger water body for them to drink out of.
Have you had to, like, over the course of many years, have you had to adapt, in any ways to it being generally hotter during the summer?
I don't think there's anything different that we've been doing. I mean, you always had to supply a shade area for the animals and plenty of water in the heater, hotter part of the days or hotter part of the summers. And so as far as anything changing is what we're doing, I don't really see that we had to make any changes in what we've always done,
The frozen treats and stuff like that, how warm does it have to get before you start doing that? Stuff like that.
If you have a long stretch that's not really getting that hot, we do have stuff made ahead of time, so we bring them down anyhow. It may just only be in the 80s. But then when it starts getting in the 90s like this, we try to keep ahead of it, making some every day. So we bring a block for them every day, at least one of them for them. Sometimes two blocks a day. It depends on what we have available and what and how hot it is really. But they lay in the shade for the most part, is what the animals will do. Find a cooler spot in a place to lay. It's usually laying on the cool concrete in the shade.